how are you? Today we're going to start the classes about the project My Idea for the World. I am so happy because I think this is an amazing activity and we are going to use our creativity and we are going to think in the world that needs us a lot. Well, let's start with this class, but I will explain you first what is the planning in this class, okay? In these classes. First, we are going to talk about the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, and then we are going to talk about the project. You are going to choose a goal or some goals to create your project. It's important that you are clear about this because some goals are so difficult to introduce in a project because they are they are not specific. That is the correct way how I can explain it. You can't use a big objective, or you can, but that couldn't be your first objective, okay, your first goal. And I will explain you in one of the classes what is the differences between a goal and an objective. We are going to use the both in the class, in the activity, I'm sorry, in the project. But we are going to start with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. I really like this topic because I think the countries in the world understood the process that the world is facing, and it's important that you know how these countries organize goals to improve the situation. I will show you a presentation. Okay. Sustainable Development Goals 2030. The agenda for 2030 was approved by the General Assembly in September of 2015, with the participation of the representative leaders of the 193 governments attached to the United Nations. Remember that I explained to you in some activities that we did about United Nations or related with that the countries has the benefit to choose that if they are going to participate in the United Nations or not. This agenda is also known as the Sustainable Development Goals of 2030. This because the priorities of this agreement were translated in 17 objectives. With the decision of approve these objectives, governments has assumed an ambitious challenge to progress towards the integral development of several fields. It's all about combining the economical development, social development, and environmental development. This is important because we are going to mix this to create a project. I really like this project because it's a way to give something to the world. I explain you in another classes that I really love the social activities, because I think that we are more conscious than other person, than other people, and we are going to change some parts in the world if we are doing something cool like this. Well, this agenda was the result of several international governments, civil organizations, foundations, experts in different fields, among others, participate launch the future of this 17 objective. Okay, this is a presentation. Let me put okay, this. This is a presentation of the 17 goals. I will read you. The number one is no poverty. This is one of the difficult. You can use no poverty, but this is not measurable. You can count if the people is, you can, but in a first project, you can't. It's so difficult. You need the governments and that kind of people, of spaces to generate this goal, and it's so difficult. That is my reason that I say that it's so difficult to measure this. Okay, you can, but it's so difficult. I think it's you can put it, but it's one of my favorites. Okay, zero hunger. This is so difficult too, because you can't measure if the people is or not eating, and this is so difficult. Good health and well-being. Okay, this is one of my favorite because, well, that include a lot of things. For example, the kind of food that you eat, the exercise, the healthy life. We talk about healthy life with all of you in some of the school year, in some part of the school year. Quality education. I work in an NGO, a non-governmental organization, and I work with the quality education and with partnership for the goals. Those are my goals where I work, and I think are my favorite. Really, are so cool. But you can choose whatever you want. Gender equality. I mean, the gender equality is important because the men and the women could participate in the jobs, in the politics, in the family at the same way, okay? And I think the gender equality is so important. And if you want to use this, please be careful because it's so deep. It's a theme so deep. Please be careful with that. Clean water and sanitization. Yeah, this is so difficult too, because you can choose this if you want, because I don't want to limit your ideas, to create the ideas, or your moment to create is yours, and you can use whatever you want, but you need to choose carefully because some of these goals are so difficult to work, to manage, okay? The number 7, affordable clean energy. The 8, decent work and economic growth. Number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Number 10, reduce inequalities. These inequalities are related with the race, religion, and that's it. Not gender, because we have the gender in the number 5, okay? 11, sustainable cities and communities. I like this because we can create sustainable cities and communities. And it's so easy. That sounds so difficult, but it's not. It's easy. We need quality education, reduce inequalities, and generate decent work and the economic growth. And I think this is my favorite, one of my favorites. The number 12 is responsible consumption and production. And we are going to work with this, or we can work with this in our houses. We can reduce the consumption and generate responsible consumption in our houses. And then we can generate this in our residence, and then will be bigger and bigger, okay? Climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions. These, the 13, 14, 15, and 16 are so difficult because you can measure that, but they are so difficult to measure. And the 17 is partnerships for the goals. I think this is my favorite, well, one of my favorites. I say this is my favorite like 20 times. But this is so good because the partnership is so important. And that is one of the reasons that I explained to you that the teamwork is so important, because when we create partnerships, we can reach the goals faster. I believe in that. Well, kids, I know that you will need a lot of more information, or if you feel that you need it, I'll leave you the link of the United Nations website where they explain these goals. If you have any question, please text me in the classroom, send me an email, or throw Hangouts. See you in the next class. Goodbye.